We are now, however, audio and visual live. We're not late, I swear.
We're not late.
You're all thinking you're all in different time zones now.
Just remember, when it seems like we're late, it's really just that we're caught in the Maelstrom.
Ooh. Well, actually, I was caught in the cinema because I was watching David Copperfield, but still.
Really? He needs someone to babysit him now.
I will be probably starting that up again next week, but I don't know yet.
Fair enough.
So, DM, tell us a story.
Okay. Last week, our party was gathered by Lord Cirrus to go and investigate the disappearance of various ships from both the Kingdom of Holborn and the Ventralian Empire in a region of sea just south of Holborn, close to the Maelstrom Islands. After a little bit of information gathering, getting some equipment, and finding a ship, which is probably the most important part of the mission, they ended up being attacked just off the Maelstrom Islands by a band of Sawagin. And in the struggle, poor Holly was captured. Shall we continue from where we left off?
Probably.
Okay, and I just realised I didn't have any music playing at that point, so... As you stand there and Piran fills you in on where Holly's been taken, he decides to continue elaborating, and I'm just...
Craig.
Shut up!
I'd best get rid of the spiritual weapon there, because we don't really need that now.
Yep.
Stop!
Piran...
Auto-correcting to a fucking crab! Jesus!
Yeah, Piran stands talking to you and goes, like I said, the Sawagin will take Fred back
Now
to the
recording.
Needles. The Needles are our sacred grounds. If you wish to rescue your friend, you will need to get there quickly.
How quickly can we get there?
It will not take long, an hour at most, but bear in mind it will take them time to prepare her for the sacrifice. I just realised I don't have that map up yet, so... No, don't worry about it, it's just, doesn't matter.
Don't worry, you have an hour.
Piran... Yes. Like I say, we'll make there as quick as we can, but you should need to be prepared. There will likely be hundreds of Sawagin waiting for us. Fortunately, I know a way in, but you may still have to use some guards.
How many are we talking? Because I'm not sure how subtle we can be.
I would recommend being as subtle as possible.
Alright.
Good. Jenkins. Set course. Right you are, Captain. The ship continues on its way, aiming for a strange structure stood in the middle of the ocean. Appears to be a couple of small mountains jutting up out of the sea. At the back of one of them, you notice a small cave entrance with a ladder leading upstairs to another area. Who's going up first?
Well, who wants to take the brunt of the force but me?
Well, I'm small and kind of sneaky. I suppose I could.
Well, in that case, you lead and I try to stay as stealthily as possible.
All right. Now you stay here a minute at midnight. There's your good boy. Throw him a dragon treat. Don't choke. Chew your food. All right. So you want a stealth check?
Yeah, you have to bear with me.
Oh no. Squish, how could you?
You want me to roll stealth as well?
Yes, please.
Booyah!
Show off.
1 second.
Well, looking at how I'm at a high disadvantage.
1 second, I'm just going to transfer you to the map. Now I should probably change music as well. I know what I'm doing.
Seph, that's a lie and you know it because I tell the same lie.
Ooh, I like the rumble. Nice work.
Mmm.
Squish, Jeremiah, you find yourselves in a reasonably narrow As you look around, you notice there's ancient carvings on the wall. A lot of Singe language you don't quite recognize.
Well, I speak Orc.
Can I roll a history and see if perhaps I've ever seen something like it before?
Certainly.
You know what? I'm rolling history as well.
Ooh, let's see.
Do we know this kind of writing?
You don't quite recognize the actual symbols, but the style is very similar to Infernal.
Wait. No, I thought Squish had known Infernal, but no, I chose Halfling instead. Never mind.
No, that was Jurnis in New Infernal.
No, I gave Squish Infernal at the start and then switched it out.
Yeah, I was thinking about Infernal with Jeremiah, but then I decided to not use it.
Anyway, sorry to interrupt, but go on.
It looks like...
You notice various depictions of sharks and underwater creatures.
I think it reads, "Baby shark do 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 do
No!
do."
Midnight loves that song. Don't start, he'll be humming it all night.
He's not here, he's still down there.
You have no idea what they hear.
Look, at least it's not the song about the feet that go in and out.
Anyway, let's just have a look and see what we can find.
One second. Need to reveal an area.
Yeah, dynamic lighting's really helpful in this regard.
That really spoils you, doesn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, but it also is very helpful because now you don't have... Then you wouldn't have to reveal and hide areas.
Yeah, I know.
It's only a $5. Well, $5.
Yeah, my life so far has been going really well. Y'all, the life...
Apparently something's going really well.
Someone's life is apparently going really well and it's sounding like an ad.
Probably. Oh well. Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna do a little perception check and see if I can hear anything. God damn it, Squish.
Squish, you don't hear anything, but Jeremiah, from down here, you can hear reasonably loud speech in a language you don't understand.
I think they're doing the song and dance routine down this hall.
Songs by Aqua.
They're singing Barbie Girl. It's the only song everyone really knows of them.
If they're chanting, that might be where they're keeping the sacrifice.
Yeah, that's what I presume.
Behind you, Ardeth comes up carrying Midnight.
Now I have to be really careful about running my mouth.
Damn right you do.
Fuck.
I would recommend we make our way further in.
Look, are you going to move or shall I?
Oh, right. Sorry. I was distracted by a phantom cat somewhere. So I'm going to sneak to this corner and peer around.
1 second.
Next you're seeing some sort of theme about entering unnatural color.
In this large chamber, you notice more carvings on the wall, again depicting more sea life and more Sawagin. You also notice a very large relief of a shark.
Okay, not that song.
Well, he did say their
As-
god was like a shark demon.
Samael brings up the rear, coming up the ladder.
So what are we looking at?
My guess would be some form of Sawagin settlement.
My guess is church.
It's more than likely, yes.
I don't know. I haven't been very good recently. I don't want to go to
Anything-
church.
Is this
Good
just
night.
a flat wall, or is it? Or is it another alcove?
These just flat walls, but here you notice a large heavy set of iron doors.
What do you think?
That looks altery.
Do you think I should just go me?
Is there any keyholes or gaps around the doorframe?
Roll an investigation check.
Pop. Oh god damn it, Squish!
WP.
Grumble, grumble.
Squish is just really, really, really worried about Holly.
Let me just see if I can see anything. After all, since I'm a carpenter, I know my way around.
Squish. You try and look, but yeah, you don't really see anything.
Midnight, no more treats. You're gonna get fat. Stop it.
Look, look,
Oh, how can I say no to that face?
all right, let the carpenter check the door. It's a door, all right.
Yep. That's basically all you're getting. This is a very big, very heavy door.
Well, oak, from what I can tell.
You do have a notice. A damp trail that was dragged from this direction here towards the door.
Well, it could be the preparation chamber.
I don't like the sound of that.
Where they're addressing Holly for the ceremony. Look, I'm trying to avoid the words death and sacrifice.
Out.
Alright, let's try something. Can I
Alright.
attempt to very quietly open the door with a stealth check?
Roll it, please.
Just open it just a little crack so I can peek in. Yes! Good squish.
As you creak the door open, you notice a second set of doors.
Oh, for God's sake!
Just
Dun,
that's
dun, 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 dun,
doors
dun,
open, the last
dun,
one's locked.
dun.
Or should
Could
we
you
go
all roll
around?
stealth checks again, please?
Stealth?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Still decent. No. This time I'm very unstealthy.
Right, just bear with me 1 second.
Midnight has a +4 to stealth.
Well, Samael just trips.
Okay. Could you all roll perception checks for me, please?
I'm very good at looking at things.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, I'd like you to roll. Squish. You're just too distracted by these big iron doors. Midnight. He's too busy looking at you. Jeremiah, though, you hear footsteps coming from here.
Looks like we might have visitor.
Wait, which direction were they coming
That-
from?
This way.
They're coming from over there.
Hey! I keep trying to move Midnight in that screen, but it's not gonna work.
Yeah. I see. You might want to hide.
Samael!
I just have that image now from the Emperor's New Groove where it's just like, "Duh."
That's basically what's just happened in reverse, because this guy just rolled a natural 1. He just kind of...
The mural looks different, but must be the trick on the light.
He just goes back to the others.
and hold the gravy.
We have a choice. We either take them out through that way, or we go and make a big entrance. I would probably prefer not making the biggest of noises.
Agreed.
I mean, take them out. Quiet. Yeah. For that. Quiet. Yeah.
Sorry, you're cutting out for me every now and then.
Sorry. Basically said, I'd like to do it quietly, but I don't think quiet's going to be possible.
Well, we don't need to kill everyone. if we're going the quieter route. I'm not saying it's quiet, I'm just saying it's quieter.
Now, if we can get them in their area, they only get so many out at a time.
That's the way I like. So we're taking this way then. Agreed?
Great.
Alright, I suppose. Yeah.
One second, please. Okay. Roll stealth for me, please, Jeremiah.
Of course. Very unstealthy.
To your amazement, they've not noticed you.
Oh my god.
They don't notice a 6'2" man. Okay, there's at least.
They're too busy discussing something in their own language. So.
Jeremiah turns around and holds up 6 fingers, because he can see roughly 6 people.
Oh no.
Anyone with a anyone got a ranged weapon?
I have my oh, but that's about it.
Squish holds up a dart.
No, I don't think darts would help.
She holds up a sling. Also,
Better.
point of clarity before we go any further. The time it took us to get here on the boat, would we have taken a short rest?
Yes, you would.
Okay, good. Then I'm gonna roll 2 hit die. Okay.
I'd say, for argument's sake, Midnight's at full health as well.
Yay! So that's 7 hit points.
Midnight got time to snack and some dragon snacks.
What is his full health? 27.
Yep.
Midnight, you sound like a Pokemon.
Actually, for the sake of it, I'm gonna roll 1 more hit die because I'm not at full health.
That's timing.
Alright.
Alright.
Somebody else gonna try and get closer and pull out his like crossbow.
So that means I get all my key back. Huzzah!
Roll stealth on that.
Yeah, these Saugen are seriously just... They're having a major conversation in there. They're not really paying much attention to anything.
Why should they? They're in the middle of the ocean.
And they're taking a
Anarchy's
puzzle.
back at the ship. Wait a minute.
No, I mean the player.
Liz? I'm not sure whether it is.
Yeah.
She's probably running a wee bit late.
Yeah, Anarchy's still on the boat at the moment.
Okay.
And since they're distracted, hopefully this goes alright.
See, this is where we would make use of Skullface's gadgets.
Yes, indeed.
Unfortunately, he isn't here right now.
To pull out his crossbow and try and attack Bread Boy here. About the only one he can get a clear shot on.
Yeah, probably red, orange, or whatever color this one.
I'd say orange would be harder because red's in front of him. He can't quite get a clear enough shot.
It's your call.
It would be with disadvantage. So My crossbow at red. Does that hit?
1 second. That's. We'll go with 13 on that one. Actually, I'll go with. Since you got stealth, I'll give you advantage on that. So let's see. Yep, hits it. Please roll damage. 9 piercing. You aiming for orange, weren't you?
I mean for red.
Aiming for red. Right, 1 second. Your bolt flies and hits him straight in between the back of his shoulders. He kind of stumbles forward, cursing in Aquan, and then he suddenly turns around.
While he's stumbling, could I try and get off a second shot?
I'll allow it.
Two. Actually, I want to that to be at his head, so disadvantage.
Okay, it still hits. So your bolt flies straight towards him and thuds straight into his eye. But somehow it didn't go deep enough to go all the way, so he's still alive. But you've blinded him in one eye, and he is not happy. And with that, I would like everyone to start rolling initiative, please.
Oh dear.
I'm going to.
Of course, I'm in front. I get initiative. Wait, yeah.
No, I just need to clear the initiative order from the last time first. So don't roll initiative just yet. Okay, there we
That's
go.
already cleared.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, roll initiative again. Sorry.
Or you can just add turns for Jeremiah and Samael.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll roll again. I don't like my initiative.
I had to re-roll, unfortunately. Then now I'm worse.
Yeah, apologies for that.
You're not too much worse.
Well, I was a 17. Now I'm a 13.
Just have
Gives
to roll
it
initiative.
quite a bit
for
of
all these
space.
guys.
To attack in.
He's actually going on the turn order, and just want to double check. So have a quick
Believe so.
goosey for me.
That's a Hagen appearance.
Oh god. So I just realised I can do this. And apologies for it taking as long as it is.
It's okay.
Don't worry.
Seven initiatives.
7 initiatives, right. Which one have I doubled up on?
I have no idea.
I think it might be orange or red.
One.
No, you had one that was initiative 10, but that's disappeared.
Ah, right, fair enough. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 are we in the turn order, so I'm just going to change the music. And we're ready for a battle. Come on. First up, Samael. Red guy is not quite dead. Are you going to finish your job?
Yes. I am going to... For flavor, I'm going to point my mace at him and cast Sacred Flame.
Okay, go for it. That's 13 DC. Let's see what goes with this. Dexterity. Oh, that definitely hits. Your flame just flies towards, hitting him in the face again. And this time, he goes down. It's the Saturday Night Fish Fry. Anything else you'd like to do?
Gonna take a couple steps back here, because I'm soft and squishy. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Next up is Orange. He chats. He goes. And 1, 2. He's going to take a
Why
swipe
did
at
you
Jeremiah.
move red? Red moved it ahead, not orange.
No? Oh, right. I'll just get rid of that. It'd be easy to do.
Accidentally got red to move.
We have to
move
get out of the way
orange?
somehow.
Would you move orange up 1
Yeah, 1 second.
so he can read Jeremiah?
So, okay, he's going to take a swipe at you with his claws. 11, does that hit?
Let me check. No.
And he leans in for a bite. 20.
Hits.
Saragin lunges forward to try and bite you, and just manages to catch your arm. It's more. Does 3 piercing damage to you. Next up is Squish.
Alrighty then. Squish is gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. She's gonna go here. And she is going to pokey. Attack.
That hits.
Okay, so 4 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And again.
Okay. Yeah, that definitely hits. So we've got 8 damage.
For flurry of bows.
Mhm.
Pew, pew, pew.
Yeah, that also hits. With 3 strikes, you pull off some fancy footwork and you just batter this fish. He's still standing, but yeah, you caused some pain.
How many times did I hit with this? I just need to double check real quick. He's only going to make 2 unarmed strikes. Okay, then, so I can do a second for attack from the flurry of blow.
Yeah. Forget what I just said. You just sent him flying back into this wall, smacking against the brickwork, and he flops down dead.
So that was a key point.
Is there anything else you'd like to do? As these Saragin look at you, just stare at you.
Try and intimidate them.
Roar!
Give me 1 second.
And I'm just
2
the
of
little
them.
one.
These 2 in the corners look a little nervous, but the one here just glares at them and points at you and says something in Aquan. But you're pretty sure cast doubt on your heritage.
At least he doesn't know vicious mockery.
Hmm.
Hey, my mother is a saint. I assume. I have no idea who she is.
My motherfucker.
And I thought this was a way around. Instead, it's just a side pocket. Oh, fuck.
Jeremiah, you found the guard room?
Well, if they're dead, they
Next
will.
up. Next up, Jeremiah.
Well, I move here,
Okay.
and no, you know what? I'm only moving here.
Fair enough.
Avoiding the murder sandwich, and no color.
Yep.
Get a great axe to the face. Who's ready for some filet o fish?
16, that definitely hits. 7 slashing damage. As you say that, you kind of get a look from his eye that just says, that's just racist.
And you're just dead because I'm attacking again.
Okay.
Okay, same song and dance. Alright.
You know what I want.
Oh god!
There you go.
Jeremiah, you swing. this Sawagin, he's hopped up on battle. He just parries it with his trident, no problem.
For half a second, I thought you were going to say he was hopped up on bath salts.
Who knows what drugs they have here? I don't know.
When you live on the ocean, it's all bath salts.
You know what? I'm not yet going to rage.
It was not that bad of a pun.
No, I mean the character's not going to rage.
I know.
Is there anything else you would like to do?
No. Right now I'm standing here protecting the little squishies.
Okay. Next up is Purple. He's still a little apprehensive after being terrified by this little goblin. So he tries to lunge at you, Jeremiah, with his spear.
Misses.
Yeah, he just looks very sheepish now. Next up is Midnight's turn.
Okay. Midnight is going to scurry over behind his mama.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to attempt to intimidate. What does that use? Strength? Charisma, okay.
Yeah, I'd say charisma.
Arr.
Yeah, the Sawagin just stare. They're more confused by this more than anything else now.
The
It's like
fuck is
Simba
going on
in the
here?
elephant graveyard. Oh, sorry, you'll grow into your roar pet.
Next up is Ardeth. Ardeth goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to lean around the corner, aim at Purple, and this is going to have to be with disadvantage, I'd probably say. Sends a firebolt in. And unfortunately, it just hits the wall behind Purple.
No, Purple jumps.
Yep. It was just... Next up is Blue. Blue wasn't really affected by any of the intimidation, so he just... With his spear, he lunges at Jeremiah. 16,
Hit.
does that hit? 6 piercing damage, please.
Alright.
As you notice... Alright, roll perception, please, Jeremiah. For anyone who can see into the room, please roll perception.
Okay. Perception.
'Cause this is something I forgot that Sawagin could do. Midnight has noticed, and I've got to roll one for Ardeth, so 1 second. Yeah, Midnight is the only one who notices the look in his Sawagin's eyes turn. They can smell blood. Next up is Green. Green leaps forward and tries to slash at Jeremiah. Does 18 hit?
Yes.
2 slashing damage, please. And he attacks again. 19.
Hits again.
The Sawagin rakes his claws across your chest twice. You can see the bloodlust in his eyes. And he starts to smile, showing off rows of shark teeth.
You should see a dentist about that.
Next up is the leader. He's still in control for the most part, but he just tries to... He realizes that he can reach the little goblin. So he's going to try and make a little gob kebab.
Oh no!
I take it 6 misses.
Ah, fuck you, you miss!
Sagan just looks very annoyed, especially with the others. Next up, Samael.
Okay. That's pretty much. So 5, 10, 15, 20. Going to peer into the room and cast Spiritual Weapon here.
Ooh, good choice. What form will it take?
Same as before. Large battle axe.
Okay. 1 second. Saladin, I haven't really noticed, but all of a sudden they hear a strange sound behind them as a battle axe pops into existence, hovering in midair.
And going to attack Leader Boy here.
Okay. You can roll it, please. Ooh, nice. The battle axe starts to spin and just slams straight into his back. He snarls, but he's still standing. He's very badly hurt.
Next one's dead.
And that's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, next one's dead. Sorry, 1 second. Next up is Squish.
Okay. Since the big guy is being a nice little meat shield, I am just going to use...
I have seen that.
Yeah, he shouldn't have appeared at that point.
I saw nothing. Okay.
I know nothing!
I am going to try and nail green guy.
Okay. 21 hits.
4 bludgeoning. How bad
4
does he look?
bludgeoning damage. You got going quite well, but he's definitely still standing. He's
Okay.
still going.
And again.
Meets it, beats it. Yeah, your second blow again strikes him, but he's still standing. But you've definitely winded him.
Question: what size are these guys?
About size-wise, I think about 5 foot, 6 foot, give or take.
I can see them in the eyes.
Fury of the Small.
Yeah, they're definitely larger than goblins.
Fury of the Small. You take 5 extra damage.
So 5 extra damage. Again, you've done some pretty good damage to him, but he's still standing.
Damn.
Next up, Jeremiah.
Well, green gets a great axe to the face.
Okay. Definitely hits. Yeah, you just slam it straight into his face, and you cleave his head in half.
Whoops, didn't mean to make fish fingers.
1 second, I need to... Oh, yeah, he's dead.
Well,
Defeat him, actually.
where were we? Oh yes, I know. Blank gets the great axe as well.
Okay. Yeah, you just... How do you want to do this, basically?
I have no idea. Didn't think that far.
Yeah, you just slam your great axe straight into his side, and he keels over, coughing up blood. He's dead. I'm just going to get rid of the token, it's quicker.
Yep.
Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Well, I can probably do anything else because I use up my action. I don't have any interesting things that would work as a bonus action. I mean, I could try intimidating the others, but don't think that would work as well.
Probably not, but you can try.
Jeremiah just turns to them and gives them the most evil grin.
Okay.
Nope. They're clearly not intimidated, not even disadvantage.
Blue just stares at you, but purple, yeah, purple's looking very uneasy.
The fuck?
And it's actually his turn. Yeah, he rolled a 3.
The fuck?
Purple looks to the spinny battle axe here and at you, and just kind of shrinks back.
Good choice.
He's given up, basically. Next up is Midnight.
Midnight can't get in there, so he's just gonna chill back here with the cool looking kobold.
Okay. Next up is Ardeth. She's going to take another attempt to fry up some fish. "23 definitely hits. That's 15 damage on Blue. You just watch this fireball leap from Ardeth's palm and slam straight into his chest. And you just see the flesh and the skin peeling off him as he's basically burning alive. And that's all Ardeth can do. Next up is Blue. He glares at Jeremiah and goes with his spear. Does 14 hit? Yep.
Mate it, beat it.
Okay. He aims carefully and manages to get his spear wedged into your shoulder. But that's all you can do.
Why does everyone go for the shoulder of my characters?
To
Probably
stop you
because
lifting the fucking axe.
Yeah.
I mean the werewolves bite Reister in the shoulder.
Next up is Samael.
Alright. Well, going to take my spiritual weapon.
Hmm.
And who's hurt worse, blue or purple?
Blue.
Blue, definitely. Bear in mind, purple has given up at this point. Purple's a non-combatant, so...
Well,
It's a good thing Jeremiah's not raging.
let me...
So what you do with spiritual weapon, attacking Blue? Right.
Well, it doesn't hit at that.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Does it hit?
No, it does not, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So, it swings at it and basically just, like, misses. So,
Okay.
that's all I can do.
Okay, next up is Squish.
Okay.
Wants a bite of his fish. He's already been fried, though.
So purple gave up and blue's still fighting.
Yeah, Blue's still fighting.
Okay. How bad does he look?
Yeah, that fireball did the real number on him.
Okay.
You're not taking him out, I will.
And we're just gonna scooch between Jeremiah's legs.
Mm-hmm.
Hi! Bark. Yeah.
How do you want to do this?
8 hits?
Yep. Oh, no, wait. Sorry, no, that doesn't hit. Sorry.
Okay, fair enough. Well, try again. Oh my
No,
god!
that misses as well.
Okay. In that case... nimble escape! Whoop, 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 whoop.
I love that move. Next
tried.
up, Jeremiah.
Well, song and dance routine.
That definitely hits. Yep. Your axe slams into him, but even with all the damage, he's still standing.
Well, good thing I can do it again.
Yep. And how do you want to do this?
Well, with a large diagonal slice, cutting him diagonally from the from his left shoulder to his right hip. separating.
You heft your axe, swing, bringing it into the nape of his neck, and you just watch as it slides straight through like a hot knife through butter, and he is just dead.
Well,
And that is the end of combat.
well, unless we don't know that Purple has resigned, but
Yeah, purple's
Jeremiah
given up.
lifted
He's
his
just kind
hand.
of.
Jeremiah lifts his hand. All right, I think we got this now. Ow.
The surviving Sawagin just stares at all of you.
Anyone speak the language?
So, at this opportunity, since we made a lot of noise, I'm gonna make a perception check. Kind of looking down this hallway.
Yeah, that's
Over
just
here
leading
is-
to the
over here is
corridor down
closed,
here.
right?
Sorry, I need to reveal that. 1 second. Yeah, this corridor just leads to another ladder going back down to the dock you came up from.
I'm going to interject at the. I'm
And
going
I'm
to
gonna
joke. Sorry, go ahead.
go here. Make sure nobody coming out that door just yet.
And I was
Well,
just going
you-
to tell. Sorry, go
Can you
ahead.
roll, so, Samael, if you're at this door, can you just roll perception for me, please?
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, you definitely hear a loud crowd within past these doors. And you can hear like a horn being blown.
We need to hurry over there. We definitely took the wrong path.
God.
And I don't-
He's been summoned.
Oh shit.
And I don't think we need to
Your
be
land
stealthy anymore.
first will be punished for your evil.
Oh, shut up, will you?
Is that purple saying that, or is that coming from the door?
That's purple.
Well, I think it is time to forego the stealthy approach.
Barbarian, break down the door.
Well, I already opened one door. There's another door in there.
Well, let me just smash right through it.
I just need to get rid of this because
Jeremiah smash.
If you'd be so kind as to let me smash through this at some points.
sorry, you have to bear with me.
Too many tokens. Too many tokens.
Yeah, there's a lot of tokens.
Feel my pain.
The doors
God.
fly open, and you see a large open cove. There's 10 Sawagin stood around this altar area. But on the other side of the cove, there are hundreds. This is an entire tribe here we're talking about. And chained to this pillar here is Holly. She's alive, she's fine, she's conscious, but yeah, these Sawagin in the stands watching, they're getting very excited as their priestess is screaming something in Aquan and pointing at you all.
Why did I suddenly have that scene from Jason and the Argonauts in my head?
You notice these two in particular are the ones blowing the horns.
Well, time to charge those.
Are they summoning them?
I presume so. They're
Did you,
probably calling the big shark from the mural over there.
Did you see my message, Seph?
Yet you're coherent enough to talk.
Well, I truly appreciate this opportunity to witness your rituals and ceremonies. I really wish we could interact in a different way.
The Saurian priestess stops speaking in Aquan for a moment and just stares at you. You are Landweller, you cannot be serious.
I'm always serious when it comes to communication and understanding.
Communication and understanding of what your kind has done to us.
Yes, you are 100% correct, and you are 100% justified in your anger.
It is not my anger, little Landweller, but you will see whose anger you have brought forth.
We should
I
do
honestly-
something.
I honestly didn't think that things would go this way. But I suppose participating in your ritual will make for an adventurous death.
Which
have
one is
courage.
speaking?
None of them. The one who's speaking's on the other side of this little lagoon area.
Okay. Are these guys around us, are they just guards, or do they look important in any way?
They're just guards, really.
Shit. Okay, so
Aside
taking the
from
priestess hostage is not
Aside
right.
from Horatio and Hornblower.
Well, they're just too busy playing the horns, trying to summon.
Speaking of, can we do something about that? Just in case we can try and stop the summoning.
Well, you can roll initiative if you'd like. Yeah, let you have this one. 12 meets a beat, so yeah. This one curses loudly as your little rock flies into his head, but the other dude's still playing.
Get the other one! So, initiative.
I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
You're gonna clear it first? No, wait,
Nope,
you...
that's
Nope,
the new
it's been
ones.
refreshed.
That's the
Fine.
new ones already.
By the way,
Okay.
what did the priest say back to me?
Hang
He was
on.
like, "Oh, I couldn't with everybody."
Sorry.
Basically, she said you are very brave, Landweller. It's the wrong one.
Well, see,
This is gonna be very mellow.
confidential combat.
I reckon it was the greatest combat I'd ever witnessed.
Yeah,
I know what I'm doing.
it's a great
And-
combat of the Great Canyon.
Don't y'all even try to do a Texan voice, because I'm the only one here who I think is qualified.
I think you're gonna hear that I'm pretty doing pretty mighty fine. Thank you, lady.
I don't know what you're all doing, but I think you're going a
You're all
little
talking
bit
about,
too
but,
far.
I fancy I rather enjoy myself in this.
Honestly, I'm just copying one
is-
of the accents I heard in Far Cry 5. I have
You know
no
what?
First up.
idea how accurate it is.
Jurnis, you are actually rocking it. No lie.
Woo!
That was really good.
Stuff.
I'm not doing any accents, my dear.
I'll get to this eventually.
That's why we're just talking amongst ourselves while you do.
Yeah.
So, Holly, you're So, Holly, how's that?
So,
thing
Clear.
going?
We're starting now.
Hooray!
Clear. Looks to her and takes first one swipe. 11,
Misses.
does that hit? And then swipes again. 7.
Still misses.
Next up is Orange. Orange is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, and is going to go in with his spear. Does that hit?
Well, misses.
Yeah, it just narrowly misses you. Next up is Pinky. He's going to rush in, and he's going to take a lunge at Squish with his spear.
Oh no!
11, does that hit?
No. Because monks on
Jeremiah.
armored defense is the shit!
He's brilliant. Jeremiah, you're up next.
Yes. Well,
Hello?
He's pondering.
Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Ah.
I thought I lost. I thought I lost everybody for a second.
Nah, I'm just pondering. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna start it with a loud and get into rage mode.
Ooh, nice.
Then Jeremiah goes for the first one who's in front, who is orange,
Yep.
and it's a double-handed great axe to the face. Nope, that misses
I'm
most
afraid.
likely. Second try, 14.
Definitely hits. Roll damage, please.
Should have been 14 then.
Yeah, it hits.
Okay. Okay, I don't. Okay, yeah, no rage damage. Need to activate that because otherwise. 17.
17. You heft your axe and you straight up slam it into the center of his chest. You almost knock him down with that, but he's still there. But you've done a lot of damage to him.
There's not much I can do now.
Next up, Samael.
Alright. So. I'm going to resummon my spiritual weapon.
Okay. Where are you going to put it?
Right here.
Yep. And what are you going to do now?
I am going to attack this guy. Trying to
The hornblower.
try to get him to stop
That
blowing his
hits.
horn.
8. The weapon spins and spins and smacks him in the side, but you don't do much to him. He's injured, but now he can still play his horn. Anything else you'd like to do?
Quick, let me double check on this. Darn it. Okay. God, why do I always make characters that can only do one thing? Go ahead.
Oh, once clerics get a little higher level, they become very deadly.
And in this campaign, things will be interesting.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, praise the Raven Queen, you're here.
Said to go ahead.
Oh, okay. So,
Okay.
Midnight is
Yep,
gonna
midnight.
shuffle past, and he's gonna try and bite, because he's a good boy. Yay!
Good. Yeah, that definitely hits. Who are you biting?
Pink, right ahead of him.
Pink. Midnight lunges forward and sinks his teeth into Pink's legs. Pink hisses in agony for a second as he can feel the acid biting into his skin, along with the actual dragon biting into his skin. But ultimately, it doesn't really do that much.
Okay. Next, he's gonna try and Dark Souls rule back out of the way and hopefully avoid all the attacks.
Okay, I'll have to try and roll a claw attack for. Does 19 hit?
Hits.
Okay. 19.
Hits.
Oh, I'm
No,
so sorry.
Midnight. No.
Orange and purple both swipe down, dealing 2 and 5 slashing damage. But Pink is so angry, he just slams his hand straight onto Midnight's head.
Oof, 12. So that's now that amount of hit points.
Before we go any further, I would like you all to roll perception.
My baby! Ah!
Does that include me?
Yes, Holly definitely has to roll perception.
Rage blinds.
Samael, you can hear something bubbling around here,
Oh shit!
and something bubbling here.
Do I notice this?
Did you roll perception?
Yes.
Yep. But no
did
one
it work?
else. No one else notices.
Okay.
Next
Could-
up, Squish.
Okay, which one got the crit?
Yeah, that
Last
was
time?
pink.
Pink? Okay.
Yeah.
Pink are gonna die. You hit my baby! Ah!
The baby, the baby, the baby, the baby.
19.
19 hits. You slam your fist into him and you do some pretty severe damage.
Second attack, 12.
That hits.
Alright
That's
then.
9 as well.
And I'm going to flurry of bows. So that's
Yep.
2 more attacks.
I'm just going to flat out say how do you want to kill him.
Just gonna beat. Okay. Basically, gonna jump on him. Basically, could grab onto what little like collar or whatever strap is to his chest and just pummel his face like, "Ah, you hit my baby!"
Yeah, you basically leave his face completely broken.
This is Squish's sole motivation too, by the way, is a warm meal in her stomach and protecting her baby.
I'd say Squish, Jeremiah, you have a good view of what's going on here, and you notice a trident. Actually, 1 second. Let's just check on this, see what I can do. Yeah, tridents are...
Just mark off that.
You see a trident arc out of the water and aimed at this yellow guy. I just want to roll this. And it spears him in the chest. As, with what can only be described as a loud roar, Captain Shaletooth leaps up out of the water onto here, pulling the trident out. And you hear him swearing in Aquan.
You motherfuckers.
Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your
Yes.
concentration?
So have to bear with me while I sort the order again. So just got to... Oh, coincidence. It is... I don't know whose turn it is.
It's green.
Greens. Green notices this new intruder. Runs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Blue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Purple's up next. Purple just saw what you just did to his friend, Squish. And he's going to try and kind of poke you off with his spear, a little apprehensively.
Purples are always
Uh,
apprehensive.
Yeah,
I
that has,
noticed.
that hits.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of jabs you in the side.
Just gonna like turn and do like the vicious raccoon hiss.
Roll intimidation.
Really?
You sure? Why not?
Yeah,
7.
I was going to have to roll for that.
Bloomp. He's
Yeah, Purple
always a
kind of steps back a second. You just see this freaky little goblin just hissing at him. Next up is Red.
Is red.
Red sees the traitor, leaps to him, and tries to get him with his spear, and misses. Next up is Shaletooth. he hefts his trident, spinning it in an arc, and with two hands thrusts it at Yellow. And you just watch as Sargon's chest caves in a little, but he's still standing. Shelltooth just looks at you all and goes, "Oh, what the hell are you waiting for? Get out here!"
So much violence.
Next up,
So much precious death.
Yellow. Yellow's going to take a swipe at the traitor as well. Like for like. And jams his spear into Shelltooth's shoulder.
Oof.
And I did not have his health actually on his token, because this was supposed to be a surprise, but... And that's all Yellow can do. Next up is Clay. Again, he sees the little goblin and he's going to try and poke her from behind as well. You picked the... Yeah, that's natural. Yeah, I'm just going to roll this. Yeah, rolling for WP. 5. He tries to poke Squish off his dead friend, but nothing doing.
Yeah, that's because a big man is standing in the way.
Yeah. Orange now just flat out tries to swipe at Squish to get her off. 7. Does 7 hit?
Nope.
14.
No.
Yeah, he's really put off by this little goblin just going all out on the corpse of his friend. He kind of shrugs.
For flavor, she's still punching.
He kind of shrugs and just takes a step back at this point.
Attack of opportunity!
Yep, you may do it.
I am also going to swing at him.
Okay.
15?
Yep. Squish, you're a bit too late. Jeremiah, I'm going to kill him.
Because I'm still raging.
Yep, how'd you kill him?
Well, as he turned and tried to flee, the great axe smashed right into his back, separating him into 2 fillets.
Ooh, yeah, he just slips onto the floor, dead. Samael, what are you going to do now?
Alright. Going to swing at Horn Boy here, again, with my spiritual axe, and clearly
that misses, I'm afraid.
Some help. Actually, you know what? I think I can attack with my light crossbow against purple here.
Okay. 10 misses, I'm afraid. Next up, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah pulls the great axe out of just back and takes a very good swing at the leader, the one with no symbol.
That definitely hits.
That's a 14.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, you just basically slam it straight into him, and he's still standing, but yeah, severe damage.
You're not standing long.
How do you want to do it?
Well, it's he basically smashes the axe into the wall right next to him, with this guy stuck in the middle,
Ooh,
separating him in half at the end.
nice. Next up, Midnight.
He's gonna.
Just realised Ardeth didn't roll initiative, so
Neither did Holly.
No.
Well, Holly has fairly limited abilities right now.
Yes, that's
She
the
could try and escape.
Yeah, you
5,
could try it.
10,
She's not trying to escape though.
20.
She's talking to the priest and she says, "It's not too late to hold back and think and talk."
While your friends are killing my brothers and sisters.
Down that line, so I, hit them too.
so.
right. Okay, so if you could, you kind of make DC throw, safety throws. So that's 1, 2. Yep. Let's roll some damage, please.
5, 10, 15.
Red yells in agony as the acid splashes against his side. But you just watch Yellow stumble and fall back, convulsing as the acid eats into him and just kills him.
And Midnight's gonna move his last 5 feet over here.
Okay, next up, Squish. It's your turn.
How badly hurt is Purple?
Purple is not hurt at all.
Okay then. I'm gonna defend you! So 5, 10. I will take the attack of opportunity. And move here.
Yep, Purple tries to swipe at you with his claws. 18.
Hits. Wait,
3
actually,
slashing.
yeah.
And
Actually, you know what? No.
well, 19 hits as well, so
Shit. Fine, hang on. You can also spend 1 luck point when attack rolls made against you. Roll a d20. So. Ha! I want him to use my d20. Then choose
Okay.
whether the attack uses the attacker's roll or yours. So,
Okay.
No!
I'll class it for both of them in that case. Yeah, he tries to swipe, but you're just too small and too nimble.
Okay then. And then I am going to punch this dude. Pook.
Okay, so it's red.
Mm-hmm.
That hits.
And poke.
That also hits.
And I will hold off on the flurry of bows for this time. That's
Okay.
me.
And I'm just going to roll something very quickly.
Whether or not the big shark's appearing.
Squish, could you roll me a perception check, please?
Me? Okay.
Yes, please.
Perception.
14.
Well, Holly
Yeah.
would see it as well.
Holly, can you roll perception as well, please?
Yes.
Holly, you can't. I'd say you get advantage because you're close, but yeah, you definitely see the bubbling here.
Everyone, there's someone in the water. There's someone else in the water. Everyone, there's someone else in the water.
Whoever
At
it
this
is.
point, you notice these two these two guys with the horns, they're blowing again, and the Sahagin in general are getting very excited. And that is the end of combat.
Oh no!
As you watch from this point in front of Holly, as what can be described as a large sea serpent arches up out of the water and glares at her directly.
Hello.
God damn it.
Probably should try to untie her.
As
Yeah.
you hear the Sawagin cheering. And should I change the music?
Damn it!
Have you ever heard of the Raven Queen?
I am aware of.
Oh, you speak. Hi, I'm Holly Featherlight. Hello.
Funny, you sound more like lunch.
It doesn't have to be like that. We could try talking instead.
Sawagin, you
And I don't want there to
notice-
be any dispute of the fact Holly's terrified.
You all notice that the Sawagin are all kneeling and bowing to this sea serpent.
Then the rest of us shall take this opportunity to run.
I would show respect myself, but I'm tied up.
Well, of course. We don't want my little meal to escape. You clearly haven't been to many sacrifices, have you?
Actually, I've been to many for observational purposes, and it doesn't always have to be literal.
For me, it does. After all, blood must be repaid with blood.
Well, thank you from within my spirit for talking to me first. At least now I can die in peace, knowing I've helped you in some way.
Shut up!
Samael, I would like you to roll a religion check, please. Holly, you too.
While this is happening, can I try and subtly undo her binds?
You can certainly try.
With that 14 sleight of hand.
I would say you managed to get one of the chains unlocked, but there's a few on there.
I'm so thankful you guys are here, but I'm trying to talk.
No.
But this is a new possible friend. Hi.
Samael,
End of them.
yeah, Samael, you remember what Piran told you? You noticed even he's slightly on one knee. You realise who this is. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Yep. Sekola.
Sekola looks around the party, and you just notice the look in his eye. So tell me, little Voarcel, why shouldn't I just devour you all now?
Because there's always something new to learn.
All I've learned is I gave this world something very precious to me.
What's that?
My own blood, of course. And you land dwellers have taken her somewhere.
Taken?
Yes.
We talking about a daughter? Son?
Quite right, my own child.
The people of the land do not show respect as often as it should be given
Holly,
to the people of the sea.
Holly, for once in your life, shut up.
Roll persuasion, please, Jeremiah.
No, this would be more a case of intimidation.
Oh,
Have you considered the possibility of hiring land dwellers to go where you can't to look for your lost person?
Yes.
let me think. If I can fill the waters with the blood of the land dwellers, feed my followers. Or this option just presented to me. Roll persuasion, please, Squish.
I am not very charismatic. Holy shit!
And yet you got me.
Sekola stares at you as if considering the idea. And yet you bring a blood traitor to my presence. Is that not so? As you notice this, he actually turns to look at the Sahuagin chief stood by the priestess. He looks very much like Captain Shaletooth.
To be fair, he's showing quite a lot of respect to your court. He was singing your praises on the way over.
There is no need to lie for me, Squish.
But I wasn't. You did.
I show you respect, my lord. I only intrude to assist these people. I am honor bound to help. That was the agreement I made with you. Had I known that I would be brought face to face with you. Oh, very well, Shaletooth. I will not punish you this time. But I have been called here for a sacrifice, and I cannot allow you to leave until I get a sacrifice.
At this point, Samael steps forward and kneels in front of him. Mighty Sokola, I offer you a bargain.
I'm listening.
Allow us to leave and find your offspring.
I have already said you may leave, but I want the one who was offered to me.
Should we fail?
Can you all roll perception, please?
Should we fail? I will.
Should we fail, you get more than just...
I will offer myself as sacrifice as well.
You have courage, Kobold. Not often seen in your kind. Jeremiah and Holly, you notice the air is growing colder directly in front of you, between you and Sokola.
It's so cold.
I am Mighty Sokola. I am a cursed kobold. I was once human. So my courage springs from another form.
Cold brings comfort sometimes.
But do you accept my bargain?
I know you are prattling, trying to save what is right mine.
Yes. This young tiefling was brought to you in honor of your greatness.
You should think yourself lucky. She was the only one they grabbed. As he says that, Sokola rears up before you hear a loud bird-like screech as a giant spectral shadow raven appears here.
Holly looks like she's like went from shivering with cold to shivering with excitement in like 1 second.
The raven stares at Sokola, and the two argue in a language that only Samael... who speaks Celestial?
No.
Actually, I don't speak Celestial. It's become a
So only-
draconic dwarf in Elvish. I didn't think about that.
Holly, you're the one who can understand, but the rave is speaking with a very familiar voice as it and Sokola argue over you.
It's the Raven Queen. She's here.
That's nice. I'm going to continue
Get it.
to try and remove some of the chains.
Holly is limp, by the way, so it's maybe making it easier or harder depending on. She's not even like struggling anymore. She's.
I can't reach some of them.
I will say, as they're distracted, as they, he's distracted with the raven. I'll try to whisper to everyone within earshot, and overall still. As soon as he's home, be prepared to run.
It's the Raven Queen.
He's going to chase.
Sokola,
You really think we'll be able to outrun him in a boat?
Thank you so much, Squish.
Well, maybe it's not the best of plan.
Sokola stares at you all hard.
Oh no!
The Shadowfell Queen has convinced me to give you all a chance. Find my daughter, or I will hunt these seas until I find and devour every last one of you.
Guys, I'm
Do
moving
we
for a
have-
reason.
Do we have an agreement?
If you are the cause of my death, I will see it as most good.
You have courage.
There she goes again. There she goes again.
I'd rather not die. I have a child to think of.
It's my way of making sure to acknowledge that I will honor what I'm being given by both this noble individual and the Raven Queen.
Sokola slowly sinks back beneath the waves as the raven turns and emits pulses of shadow as you find yourselves feeling very cold all of a sudden.
I'm sorry, Mother Raven Queen, I'm sorry.
The pulsing gets stronger before everything goes dark, and you find yourselves on a cliff edge.
All of this or just Holly?
All of you.
Ah!
Oh, bother.
Don't look down, Squish. Or midnight, don't look down.
And this is
Roll,
why I
Holly. Roll religion.
Roll religion?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's true though, I should have had this music played during the battle. Holly,
I'm
you're
just-
still a little bit terrified of what's just happened, but
And also ashamed. Holly looks ashamed. Like, she looks like she's sad that the Raven Queen, it's very obvious. She looks like ashamed.
I think Holly talked about this place, but I don't know exactly.
well, of course she talked about this place. You hear a voice echoing around you.
I presume it is you, the Raven Queen, then?
Mother Raven Queen, I'm sorry.
You're quite perceptive, Mr. Jeremiah. As behind Jeremiah, you see this tall, elven woman appear.
Magnificent and beautiful.
The Raven Queen passes Jeremiah and goes to Holly. From inside her cloak, a pair of long, gloved hands gently press their palms to Holly's cheeks. I am so sorry, my darling.
You have nothing to be sorry for.
If I had known Sokola would have appeared, I would have come sooner.
I always trust that any moment that feels like my death may be your choice for me.
Oh, how I would love to have you here all the time, my dear, but you still have a great many things to do in my name.
Anywhere, everywhere, anytime, every time.
Yep, that's our Holly.
Holly looks breathless, like she's like looking into the greatest divinity that could possibly exist. Wide-eyed and reverent.
Roll perception. Anyone who's paying attention. I just need to start music again.
Except Holly, I would assume.
Yeah, except Holly.
I would.
This place is weird.
Right? If this is
Oh,
her
what's- oh.
realm, and she's the god of death. Oh god, we're dead! I'm so sorry,
I wouldn't-
Midnight, I didn't protect you.
I don't think it works. Squish, I don't think it works this way.
Midnight's dead!
It was quicker to bring you all here first, so I may explain.
We listen with open hearts and minds, Mother Raven Queen.
The Raven Queen extends a finger and points to Samael and indicates him to approach.
Which he does, and seeing as this is the second god he's seen today, he kneels before her.
You show great respect, there, Bahamut.
And I assume that Holly is still on her knees.
Yes.
She never got up. Yeah, I want to make sure that's clear.
And as after she says that, he goes, "A god is a god, and deserving of all of our respect, no matter whom." So,
From what I have seen, the Platinum Dragon has chosen well.
thank you, my lady.
In fact, that is why I need to speak to both of you. As you've no doubt guessed, you are now playing in a realm of gods and monsters. Which I suppose some of you are familiar with the history of this place. Could people please roll history checks, please?
I can try.
Oh, good. I have a 0 in that.
So do I.
Okay. Samael, Jeremiah, and Holly. You know that the gods are fairly active in the Scorpion Coast area. Squish, you know the gods are absolute bloody pains in the neck in the Scorpion Coast area. Not very helpful.
Oh, they're all petty little bitches.
Was that in character said out loud?
More like whispering it gently to Midnight.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're nothing but trouble, Midnight.
The Raven Queen starts to chuckle to herself as she hears that. You are indeed correct, Miss Squish. Gods can be very petty. And
Did you really have to loom over me when you said that?
my dear, not to be stating the obvious, but I would be, by my estimation, nearly 3 times your height. Looming is not exactly hard to prevent in this situation.
Squish kind of like raises her finger and opens her mouth and then goes, yeah, okay, that's fair.
But yes, the gods are not exactly helpful in this area.
You tell me.
Holly just bows her head lower.
I
Let's just say Suna has been rather interesting.
Oh dear, you've dealt with Sune, have you?
Well, with some of her priestesses, at least.
Believe me, if you'd met the woman herself, you'd realize why. Well, not to gossip, but I'm digressing.
Oh, I know of her reputation.
Yes, indeed. The Queen just kind of chuckles and looks to Holly. You've found a very good selection of friends, my dear. I like them.
I do too.
But yes, we should continue with the main reason I brought you in. After all, it's not too good for you to stay in the Shadowfell for too long.
Wait, what?
Holly,
Squish, let us speak.
Samael, I bear a boon. We
Boom, my lady.
cannot. Yes, both myself and Bahamut have agreed that you will doubtless require aid in your mission. And since the friend of the abomination sent you, it's only fitting we should help in what way we can.
You know I always do anything I can to assist and aid you.
The Raven Queen just gently strokes your cheek with two of her fingers as if saying, I know you do, Holly, and I appreciate it greatly. But yes, you may not be able to do so often, but should you find yourself in a situation like that again, as you did with Sokola, you may call out to myself and to Bahamut to intervene direct.
Good, at least it's not helping you move. Last time anyone asked me for a favor, it was to help them move.
Jeremiah, shut up.
Please.
My lady, you
may-
honor us with this boon.
You may also call upon us for less direct aid. Standard sign, if you get what I mean.
Of course.
But
A
know
gift.
this.
Oh.
Know this, my dear. It takes a lot of power for us to be able to interfere in some way. We cannot call on us all the time.
I would never think to impose.
Yes.
That is good. Also, my dear Samael, there is a mountain, one of these islands. Bahamut asked me to pass on this message. Go to this mountain when you are able, and speak the king upon the peak. You will know him.
I will. Thank you.
You are most welcome. Now, I fear I've taken up too much of your time as it is. I shall return you to your ship. I wish you all the best of luck. The last thing I want is to see any of you here before your allotted time. You are welcome. I shall see you in time, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are welcome.
You're always in my thoughts.
Continue to make me proud, my little Holly.
Always. Well, unless I make a mistake. But even then, I'm trying.
Oh, my dear. No mistake you make could ever stop me from being proud of you.
And you see, like, Holly just doesn't even have it. She's like overwhelmed. And she nods.
Now go. And with that, you see another flash of light as you arrive on the deck of the Ravager.
Well, that was a trip.
What an amazing day.
Well,
Do you all realize what has happened? We've all been blessed by death on our voyage.
and she hasn't taken us in.
Holly just says to Jeremiah, remember, transformation is a part of existence.
Yes, taking a permanent residence at hers might not be. But I think that's a discussion we might have for another time.
Can everyone please roll? Actually, Squish, Holly, Jeremiah, can you roll perception, please?
Yes, of course.
Sure. God damn it, that Raven Queen, eh?
Midnight and Squish, you notice Ardeth looking particularly uncomfortable, which is something you've never noticed in this woman before.
You okay there?
It has been a long time since I saw it. A very long time.
What the hell? The Raven Queen? Shark Daddy?
That is the name she goes by in this world, yeah.
Don't tell me she's your mother.
Far from it.
Who's speaking now?
This is Ardeth, the wizard here.
Oh, okay.
It has been a very long time. I last saw death. My people always did what we could to keep her at bay.
And at that moment, as
What?
soon as she
Like,
says that,
stones at her?
As soon as
are you
she
talking
says she did
literally
what
or
she could-
metaphorically?
oh, sorry.
At this
Sorry.
point, Ardeth sort of lifts her cloak and unfastens her armor enough to reveal her stomach.
Oh, hey, easy.
And you notice there's a hole in her stomach and a large crystal inserted into it.
I think you got the wrong idea of how to do piercings in your navel.
Ardeth chuckles softly. My people learned how to control the power of sunlight to make us more powerful, prolong our lifespans.
And then Holly raises a hand and says to Ardeth, she looks over at Ardeth and says, I would very much like to embrace you now.
Ardeth looks a little uneasy.
Holly's just standing there with her arms slightly up and out.
You may do so.
And Holly walks over and, like, very gently embraces Ardeth and says, I'm glad to have you here. We should all embrace each other. She lets go and says, we should all embrace each other and be thankful for what we've been given.
Why do I have the feeling that I need to prepare myself for a glow?
Can I hug you, Jeremiah?
Just as long as you don't try to push me over the railing.
She reaches over and hugs Jeremiah and says, "It's so good to have you here."
Squish, did you actually touch the gem?
No, I just kind of like made to go and poke it, but then she turned away for the hug, so...
Ah, fair enough.
And then she turns to Samael and like kneels down and opens her arms. "You too?"
Yes, we sure can hug.
Hugs them, hugs Samael, and then she steps over. I can't make her move, unfortunately, for some reason.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry. Thought I'd set it for the... I thought I'd set it, so... 1 second...
There we go. And she comes over here and says, "Can I hug you too?"
I suppose.
Then she bends down and embraces, and then she lets go and says, "It's most good that you're here. Most good." Then she turns on her heel, like gets back up, turns on her heel, and then goes over to the captain and says, "And you too?"
He just looks really, really uneasy.
And she's just waiting. She just waits for a yes or a no.
You may do so.
And then she hugs him very gently and respectfully and very briefly. Then lets go and says, "We've all been given another chance." Anarchy! And then she runs over.
Anarchy's kind of curled up asleep.
Oh, then she stops short and goes, "Ooh, okay, yeah, no, I don't know. Touching someone else requires consent."
Let's just say she didn't feel up to joining the rest of you.
I understand.
And she insisted very loudly longer. Go and help you.
She's very good at being loud and insistent.
You're telling me.
What's our next? Sorry, go ahead.
At least she didn't try to steer the ship away or into rocks.
Don't worry, Snapper would have dealt with her if that was the case.
Now here's a question. What's our next move, everyone?
Well, we know what we've been asked to do.
Does anyone know who the god was talking about?
Ardeth kind of raises a finger to try and interrupt, basically. Well, I believe the mistress already requested we try and find Sin.
So we're looking for two people.
Yes, he works out of the town of Galraid.
Maybe they're there together.
Piran thinks to himself for a second. Well, if he wants to go to Galraid, I'll have to take you to the nearest port town there. It's in the marshes, but St. Wayland is the best place we can dock, and you can go ashore, ask what you need to ask.
Blessed Mother Raven Queen, thank you for this task, this new path on life. She says it very quietly to herself with her eyes closed. And then she looks back at everyone and goes, then I guess we're going there. Unless anyone has any objections.
I have no better idea.
Well, I'm not exactly getting off this boat anytime soon. Also,
Captain,
hug the damn dragon.
Is that all right?
Bennett has
Certainly.
basically
Goes
been
over-
like an excited puppy trotting next to you, waiting for his chance.
Oh, she was trying to and she goes, "Oh, did I miss you? I'm so sorry. Oh, come here, sweetie." And then she, like, hugs him and, like, pats on his head.
Midnight is very happy.
And then gives a little behind-the-ear equivalent scratch. I didn't know you liked hugs.
Hey, he's a good boy.
Captain, take us to... I forget what the name of the city was. I couldn't...
St. Wayland.
Captain, it would behoove us if you took us to St. Wayland.
The captain nods and goes, "Right, Snapper, looks like we're heading for St. Wayland. We have to go there." And you're like, "Very well." The turtle spins a wheel and sets you on a course eastwards towards the islands where St. Wayland is.
Has anyone been this way
No.
before?
I
You've
haven't been around here.
approached from here, and you're slowly heading up through the ocean till you reach the small lagoon of the little seaside town of St. Wayland.
New moments to learn new things. New chances at life. We're being given a gift.
And I just need to nip off for a minute or two, so I should be back as quickly as possible.
Hooray!
Yeah.
Just talk amongst yourselves, character interactions.
Thank you all for coming to rescue me. I had entrusted that that could be my last day, and it means a lot to me that you were all there. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, wasn't like I could leave you alone.
If that was my destiny, I would have embraced it. But
You are
I'm
really
glad you were there.
fatalist. You know that, right?
What?
You're really fatalist. You know that, right?
No! No, I'm not fatalist. I'm enthusiastic. I'm excited for the transition between this life and whatever comes next. Just because something is inevitable and might be unpleasant in some ways doesn't mean that you should fear what comes after.
I don't know. I kind of assume that if something's gonna kill you, you wouldn't just sit there and accept that this is how I die.
Well, I tried for a while negotiating with them, but unfortunately they weren't really interested in listening.
Oh.
And-
It was like the orcs again, was it?
There was nothing I could do. And when there's nothing you can do, sometimes there's no shame in... Sometimes when there's nothing you can do, there's no shame in trying to make the best of the situation you're in.
Well, Holly, you know, sometimes you can come across as a little bit over-enthusiastic, but there's no way I would have let you
Thank
stay
you,
there
Jeremiah.
alone.
Thank you, Jeremiah. But I like to help people understand the transitional nature of death. It's nothing to be frightened of. And then she looks over at Squish and specifically says, and then she repeats, it's nothing to be frightened of.
Oh, yeah, but I'm not finished with this life yet.
Well, that's understandable. Neither am I. Neither are any of us because the Raven Queen willed it. She came not for me. She came to protect all of us. When you face great danger, remember that she has her watchful eye on all of us at every moment of our lives.
To be honest, it seemed like it was kind of a surprise. At least at first.
I pledge my life to her. If it ended there, it ended there. It didn't. So I'm seeing new things and experiencing new things, and someday I will be in her embrace, as will all of us.
Well, to be honest, I hope that is a little bit further away from us.
Oh, I wanna help her as much as I can. I wanna spend as much time in this life helping her as I can. Is anyone hurt? Does anyone need healing?
You mean...
Midnight's hurt.
Oh, sweet baby.
He got a little bump. And slashes.
Let me see. Midnight, can I see? Can you show me where it hurts?
Try the gaping wound on his head.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought you said a bump. I thought you said a bump, and I was being literal.
I'm being a joke. No, Midnight has like a nasty little scratch on his head.
Oh, a scratch. Okay, then she wouldn't have said that. She would have said, "Oh dear, come here."
Jeremiah, you took the brunt of the battle. Let me heal you up as best I can.
Thanks.
Trying to find my spells. There it is. I found them.
Of course, watch.
How do I make them appear in the thing?
You click them?
That's what I'm trying to do. Hold on.
So, alright, do I want to use...
There. How does that feel?
He waggles his tails excitedly and looks happy. He's
Do you
happy.
need more? What?
That'll do. Wounded little guy. And Squish just descends into baby talk to the dragon.
I've never seen a baby dragon before.
You know, neither did I. And I got my
How
little
do you-
baby.
How do you two know each other?
I was there when he hatched.
Yeah. Squish was
Oh.
the first that
Then you're-
I saw.
Then you're bonded.
He's my little baby.
That's
Yeah.
a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, are you hurt?
No, I'm just clutching my shoulder. Yes,
That
I
means
am.
get over here.
Alright. But don't you worry about me too much.
I never worry about you. You're capable.
Okay, I'm back.
Hi.
Alright, now that our DM is back,
Mm-hmm.
how long is this ride gonna take?
It's take you so far. You've been out of Heart. I think I'd say about. You left Holborn about midday-ish. Took you about 3 or 4 hours to get to where Sawagin abducted Holly, and it's taken another couple of hours since then. So it's going on for about 7 in the evening as you start coming into port at St. Whalen.
We should probably look for an inn. Or something like that.
Also, just in case you're keeping track, Seph, I cast 2 cure wounds at level 1.
Okay. Shaletooth claps his hands. Alright, everyone. Go to St. Whalen. You know the rules. One night. We'll offload the gear tomorrow. To hell with it. You can have an extra day shore leave. Once we get the stuff unloaded. The crew all seem very pleased with the idea of it. Piran turns to look at you all. So we want him bed and board then?
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I don't need much.
Well, best place I can probably recommend you go to in this town is... And I can find the information I wrote down. I hope I didn't lose it earlier.
While you're looking for that, I will have Holly say to the others, I We only need minor accommodations, I'm sure. Think we
Yeah, I
can-
lost it early because, as I mentioned in Discord earlier, we had power cuts here intermittently
Yeah.
for an hour this afternoon,
Oh
and I
no.
lost what I was working on. So
Oh dear. We'll just
actually,
call it in
Oh.
in town.
oh, I found it. Right, I managed to find it. Best place you could probably go is the Wanderer's Ward. It's just off the docks down there. And as you're passing through town, you notice him pointing to a large, what seems to be a ship that's been turned upside down and is being used as a roof.
That's one way to use a ship.
As it was the old... Back in the old days of the Pirate King. He came here and left his longboat. Decided to settle down, then, well, about 50 years ago they moved the King's Court to another island, but... Well, he turned the place into the tavern and been there since.
People find all kinds of different ways to industriously use what they have around them, especially in times of great hardship. It's beautiful to see.
Well, I'd recommend you go over there. That's the best place to get a room for the night. Might not be much food-wise at the moment, given the time, but probably will get a decent drink.
Did everyone come off the boat, Captain? Is it just going to be you?
You've not got off the boat yet. They're still
Oh.
going into dock.
I thought you said as we go through town. I misunderstood.
No. He's. You kind of. Well, it's like the town's basically built around the bay.
Oh, okay, got it. Then I'll just revise my question to her saying, are you going to stay on the ship?
Of course, I mean, Salgate aren't exactly welcome in port towns, even ones like me, but...
You survived a perilous encounter. I think you should give yourself the best night you can.
The Ravager's my home.
But you should treat yourself. I'm sure you have something stored away that you've been saving.
Wisdom check?
Oh, and I get
Yeah.
+1. Don't forget I get +1.
Plus
because-
one. That's still not enough, I'm afraid. He cannot leave. He has to be near a source of water, very close to a source of water, or he'll have to take one level of exhaustion every 4 hours he's not in water.
Oh dear. Holly does work for the Raven Queen, even when she doesn't know it.
Yeah, I'll actually just show that on here. I think it's that rule, yeah. So yeah, he doesn't like leaving his ship.
Well, that's okay, because what Holly was meaning was to open a nice bottle of wine or something like that. She wasn't saying leave the ship.
He appreciates it, but he enjoys spending time on his own on the ship. Like I say, the ship's his home. So for him, this is basically just having a quiet night in, basically.
No, I'm not sorry if I wasn't clear. What she was trying to say was to tell him to treat himself to one of his best bottles of wine tonight. At the
probably
ship, not on his own.
Oh yeah, he probably will, yeah.
Yeah, sorry if I wasn't clear in a statement.
No, that's all right.
My dear, these are sailors. They prefer rum.
Well, something. That's why I said something special.
I like rum.
The
Where's the
Ravager.
rum
The Ravager quietly comes into dock, and you notice the gangplank lowered as they drop the anchor. Secure the ship to the dock. this crew basically get ready to go out for a night on the town. You know, it's Pliny and Snapper looking particularly resplendent.
Yeah, you know, I never drink, really. I never have enough coin to do so.
Well, certainly gave our captain a little bit of fun. I'll tell you what, if you're heading to Wander, I'll get you all around. It's the least I can do.
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you're joining us.
Well, it's the best place on the dock.
Really?
Oh yes.
And you seem to know your way around. You seem to know your way around from what you said. And how many towns do you know like this?
Well, I've been a sailor a very long time, my girl. Not quite as well traveled as some turtles, but I've been around the world. I have to say the Maelstrom Islands are always the ones I think most fondly of, but Safe Whaling's fun until you get the revenue men involved, but I wouldn't worry about that.
We try to show respect in all ways.
Well, you're doing
Especially
one
to
better.
you.
You're doing one better than the revenue men. Stuffed shirts for a lot of them.
Who's snoring?
Come on. You said you wanted some fun. Let's go have some fun.
Yes.
Jenkins and Pliny start leading you around the side of the dock, heading towards the upturned hull that is the roof of Wanderers. They lead you inside, and I just need to add the music again.
Is someone snoring, or am I hearing
Yeah.
something weird?
No, I can hear as well. As you enter... Oh, that's got wrong here. Sorry.
DerKork, are you okay?
Is that DerKork?
I think DerKork fell asleep.
Oh no!
Oh dear. Sorry.
Well, it's what you usually will. You will hear that in a tavern from time to time.
That's true.
Well, Jeremiah did do some hard work today.
Yeah, Jeremiah kind of stays on his ship. Sleepy. Sure, he'll catch up with you later.
He wanted. Well, the last thing he said before was, "Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'm just clutching my shoulder." And then she healed, and maybe the healing was just help save him to sleep.
The crew would have put him down back in the guest cabins where
All
Carl and Anarchy are also
All
asleep.
6 of them carrying him.
Oh no, there's about 10 crew aboard, so
All 10 probably carrying
Yeah.
him. Then.
you know, you enter the tavern. There's a bit of fuss on since it's a fairly popular tavern. I need to turn the music down. I need to transfer you over to the tavern screen. I'm totally not recycling assets right now.
No, totally not.
As you walk in, you notice an Aarakocra bard stood at a small stage, singing a little song, playing his lute.
Oh, please tell me his name is Cass.
It's not. It's not Ken.
Darn it.
At the bar stands an elf, kind of just cleaning one of the tankards out. It's fairly busy, but you know, space at the bar for you all to cram in.
Holly goes over to the bar and says, "It's so good to meet you. I'm Holly Featherlight. Hello."
Hello, miss. What could I get you?
She looks back at the others. and says, "Nothing for me, but my friends are here to get a drink. I just came over to say hi."
Shall I
Fair
kick
enough.
DerKork from the call?
I muted him.
Yeah, I'll do that too.
Sorry, Cork.
We're gonna have to tease him about this. You do realize that?
Well,
Yes, we will.
to be fair, Holly did give him a nice warm hug, and a hug from Holly is like warm milk and cookies.
Anyway,
Right, well...
continue on.
Samael's gonna look straight up at the bartender and go, "Give me a 10-gallon fish tank full of your best rum."
Afraid you're a bit out of luck, little fella. If you want, we ain't got any straight rum left. But I can probably do you a picture of grog.
Alright. As long as it's strong.
Trust me, William Blam grog is one of the strongest grogs you can get. With that, he just basically picks up this huge picture of grog and just puts it in front of you. This is a picture with a handle, and he just says, "Now, aren't you a Goliath who could drink down one of those in 5 seconds flat? One gulp."
Well, I don't know if I'm be able to do one gulp, but we'll see about 5 seconds.
It's 5 silver.
Alright. Pulls out there.
Yes, I'm assuming you'll want bed for the night as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, don't worry.
bed will do nicely.
5 silver will cover that, and another picture when you want it.
Alright. And he hands him a gold. Keep the change.
Yeah. Pleasure. Thanks so much. And what about the rest of you?
I'll milk the little one, and I need something strong.
Is that a dragon?
No.
Yes, it's a dragon. And I'm a kobold, haven't you noticed?
Yeah, I get that. You've actually got a baby dragon following you around.
That's my son.
Fair's fair. Well, I'd probably start on Stormfront. That's quite a nice little ale.
Yeah, sure, we'll start with that.
Okay, 1 tank of the Stormfront. That'll be let's see, call it 5 copper.
Alright. And milk for the little one.
Yep, of course. Milk for the baby black dragon.
What was that, 5 copper, did you say?
Yeah, 5 copper.
There we go.
You know, this Snapper just grinned at this guy and goes, "Come on, you know what I want for all of them." Oh, bloody hell, Snapper, you... Alright, I'll get you the good stuff. It's on the house for you. You notice the elf reach under the bar and pull up a cask. Small cask, full of proper brandy.
Oh, brandy, now we're talking.
Now, you know
Let me
full
just-
well, Snapper, if Sin finds out that I've shown this on the bar, I mean, if you get the revenue men in here, you know it's trouble, don't you? Don't worry about those idiots, they never come down here anyway. Alright, but go into the back room with it, okay? Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us retire to a more private room, shall we?
Yeah, okay.
Snapper and Pliny made their way towards their regular room, with you following. Sit down. Pliny is carrying a load of cups to basically dole out the brandy once you finish your drinks. Well, What I've heard, thought you had quite an escape back at the Needles.
An amazing escape.
I would say, God saves us.
Yeah, well, who's God? That's what you gotta watch out for, kid.
Yeah. Luckily, we had some good gods on our side today.
The best.
I'll tell you this, I've been sailing these waters about 50 years now, and Sahuagin gods ain't exactly easy to deal with us sailors.
Maybe they're misunderstood.
That's
To be fair. Sorry, go ahead.
That's a problem, my dear. Gods tend to like to make themselves very much understood.
Yes, I understand. But communication, I find, helps in most arguments and problems in the world. Opening up and expressing who you are.
Well, you've certainly got an interesting eye, my dear.
Thank you.
At this point, Pliny has already started pouring out a drink for himself and Snapper, and they just kind of clink the tankards together and start drinking.
So how long have you two been sailing together?
Well, I kind of joined Captain Sheltooth's crew about a year or so ago, but yeah, Mr. Snapper's been here for quite a long time. Like I say, I've been sailing 50 years around here, and I've only been with Sheltooth for the last 10 since he was exiled from his clan, so
So sad.
it's what happens when you get two powerful warriors in the Sahuagin clan. Two brothers especially.
Oh, two brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, family ties can be very dangerous.
Yeah. I believe you had the mispleasure of seeing Captain Sheltooth's brother at the Needles.
I met a lot of people while I was in captivity.
You would have known this guy. Scar on his face. Likes to wear a lot of coral jewelry.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, likes very high opinion of himself.
Sometimes people use pride as a shield.
This guy just... He never liked the fact that Captain Sheltooth was a better fighter than him. That's kind of why when Sheltooth decided he wanted to go out and try to live in peace with the land dwellers, that he was a traitor. So...
That's a shame. I spoke to them a lot about peace and they did not listen. But everyone comes to realizations in their own time. The way I think about it, maybe at some point them will think about what I've said and say maybe she had a point.
Well, the thing is that there's a place amongst these islands where the Sahuagin did live in peace with land dwellers for a while, but... well... seems that whoever decided to upset Sokola, well, they put pay to that idea.
He told us that we're looking for someone in...
Yeah, that's a problem. These islands are full of strange and unusual places and people.
He didn't tell us much, though. You wouldn't have any idea who he might mean.
Well, I can't say for certain. I may sail around this place, but information's not something you readily come across as a sailor, you know.
I'm trying to think that maybe he didn't tell us because it was part of our journey to find out.
Well, if a god can't find their own daughter, I
It
doubt
was his daughter.
Yeah. He had a human woman, and they, well, I don't think I need to explain to you about the birds and the bees and the
Sharks.
the EGGG aspect of it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
At this point, make sure to check Pliny hasn't caught on to what he just said. But you said you had a contact in the islands, guy named Sin. Yeah, I know Sin. He should be able to get you the information you need. At least point you in the right direction.
Let's hope so. So what are you going to do with the rest of your evening?
Well, myself and Pliny are just going to enjoy each other's company. Maybe, well, when the dancing girls come out, they sometimes give private dances for us, but that's just how it goes with sailors.
It's important to respect them.
Oh,
Just don't forget that.
Right,
Saying this pleasantly, she's not like being mean. She's like,
oh yeah, you get the impression that Jenkins has been around long enough to know how the world works, and Pliny's still somewhat innocent on the whole thing. But together they work together well, and they know how it works, especially in places like this.
it's important to have friends, especially in places where that aren't your home.
Now that is something I could definitely drink to.
If I had a drink, I'd do it too. And she pantomimes like raising a glass to clink with him.
Now, Jenkins raises his glass in reply. Well then, to our little adventure continuing. And I think that's where we can leave it for tonight if everyone's...
That works.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we're one man down, and I need to prep some more stuff I didn't quite have time to do this week.
Aw.
So, play the game.
Probably Squish getting a little bit overprotective and constantly pummeling the guy until he's pissed.
That was my favorite
Yeah.
moment of the whole game. Just like,
That goes for me, yeah.
let go, my baby!
My baby! Ah. Like, legit, this is Squish's only motivation right now, is just to ensure that she and her dragon get fed and that the baby grows up nice and safe. That's it. Squish had no motivation before this.
Let's say I made a Constitution save for Samael necking that whole tankard in 4 seconds.
Yeah. Let's just say that certain Mr. Willingham would be proud. If you, in case people missed the reference with the name. And fumble of the game.
Going down the wrong hallway when Holly...
To be fair, yeah. Okay, we'll go with that. And any thoughts, theories?
I'm really glad that we just got information. I'm glad Holly interrogated him because the whole like, oh, it's his daughter. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, but bear in mind,
all-
this is just a rumor that Jenkins has heard.
Well, yeah, I figured that much, but it's like all he said was "find my blood," and like, and no one else inquired, and Holly was too weirded out to ask anyway. So it was
Samael
like,
did.
I don't
So-
think he answered.
He
I
did.
don't did it?
I asked. I'm assuming we're talking about a father or daughter, or son or
Yeah,
daughter.
and he just
Yeah.
said, "Well, of course," or something like that, but he didn't say which one.
Well, I think that's everything. So, as we'll go down the list, Cork's already asleep. Yeah, how much are we going to rib here on Sunday for this?
Quite a lot. quite a lot.
Probably.
I think what should happen. I think what should happen is before the recording, everyone should just start snoring in tandem.
Yeah, I mean, we'll agree to that. Yeah.
I feel kind
Okay,
of
we'll
bad.
start.
The poor thing's probably knackered.
I know.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
okay.
it's probably
He
been
did
a hard
tell
week
me.
for him. Yeah.
He told me at the beginning when we were first talking that he had a pretty rough case of the sniffles, so
Aww.
that makes
Oh, well.
sense.
Hopefully we're back to fine strength for Sunday, and back to fine strength tomorrow. But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it'll be okay. But yeah. We'll say goodnight on behalf of Cork to everyone. Icy,
Good night, everyone.
Jurnis,
Good night.
and D.
Night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
The most good.
Bye.
Indeed.